I thought that it would be a lot easier than what it was. In a salon, in a working environment, I can't walk around half asleep. I've got to present myself, I've got to keep on my toes.
Well, in my job, you need good math skills, people skills and English skills. And if you don't concentrate through school like I did, you're going to struggle. And the more you get out of school, the easier your apprenticeship's going to be.
I think that you definitely need to make an effort at school, because eventually one day it is going to work in with what you have to do. I mean, builders, they use maths all the time. You might not want to do it, but if you want to be a builder, you maybe need to suck it up and do it. I mean, hairdressers, they use science. Administration is literacy, SOS, maths, everything. So you really do need to try with your schoolwork, because you don't realise how it's going to impact you later on in life if you don't.
Well, at school, you're there, you get there at 9 o'clock, you finish at 3 o'clock, it's just a straight 6-hour day, you got your recess and lunch. Work is completely different. Work is you get there at 8 o'clock and you finish at 5 o'clock. You have a couple of breaks, but you are there to work.
Job every day is different and there's always things to be learnt. If you have a good interest in this area, you're always going to be motivated, but if you don't have the interest, it's hard to get motivated.
You need to be committed and you need to want to be here, because when you don't want to be here, your clients can tell, people can tell that you're not in it.
You've got a full-time job, you're setting yourself up for the rest of your life, and what more could you be motivated by? You are an apprentice, you are there to help out your A graders, and you are there as a helping hand, and learning at the same time. You weren't put on to teach people how to do things, you were put on to learn from people.
It's easier for me because that's how I learn best. It's one-on-one training, and that's what it is here at Advisor. So it's self-paced. It's you're perfect at something, and then when you're confident, when you're seen as confident in something, then you move on to the next stage.
They are going to ask you to get your tools for them. They are going to ask you to do the jobs that seem like, why do I have to do this? Why do I have to wash the cars? Because you're an apprentice. It happens. But at the end of it, you're going to have your apprentices, and you're going to be able to tell them to wash your car. It's a circle of life.
Working with an older workforce, you've sort of got to try and fit in with how they communicate things. Whereas I may be inclined to send an email about something, they would actually prefer for you to get up and speak to them in person. So you've just got to try and look at where you are and what you need to do to get the best outcome for the company.
I think it's all about budgeting and sticking to your budget.
It is a limited amount of money that you have each week, but it's enough to live on if you budget. I was living out of home at the time, and I found it quite easy to pay my rent, pay my bills and pay for food.
It's not too bad, you have to budget because you don't get much every hour, but in the long run, once you're qualified, you're going to get a lot more money and make a good living.
It was a little bit difficult, but it's what I wanted to do, and I set my mind to it and said I need to do this because it's going to make me happier in the end, and it's something for myself. So I set my mind to it and I did it, and I was motivated every day to get it finished.
Getting into an apprenticeship is one of the best things I've ever done. It's opened up a lot of doors for me. I've never been out of work my whole working career. Usually had people fighting for my services, so it does open a lot of doors, and it means you can try a lot of different things in a lot of different places.